The crimson desert of Kepler 442b stretched endlessly in all directions, its twin suns casting harsh shadows across the battlefield. General Vex Thule of the Dominion fleet stood atop his command walker, his 6 arms gesticulating as he surveyed the pitiful human outpost before him. 300 meters away, a small research station sat like a metal tumor against the alien landscape, its solar panels glinting defiantly in the binary starlight. "This is absurd," Vex Thule chittered to his aide, mandibles clicking with irritation. One human. One primitive biped stands between the might of the Dominion and our prize. The prize in question was the largest vein of quantum crystals ever discovered, enough to power the Dominion's war machine for a millennium. The human research team had discovered it first, of course. They always seemed to stumble upon the most valuable resources in the galaxy, like some cosmic joke at the expense of every other sentient species. Through his scope, Vex Thule observed the lone figure standing in the station's airlock, Dr. Sarah Chen, according to their intelligence files. A xenogeologist who had been studying crystal formations when the Dominion fleet arrived. Her team had evacuated on the last transport, but she had remained behind. "Perhaps she is suicidal," suggested Sub-Commander Clix. "Humans are known for their irrational behavior patterns." Vex Thule activated his external speakers, his translator converting his words into the crude human language. "Dr. Chen, you are surrounded by the full might of the Dominion's 7th Fleet. Your pathetic species' nearest reinforcements are 3 systems away. Surrender now, and we will grant you a quick death." The human's voice crackled back through the comm system, tinged with what sounded suspiciously like amusement. "General, is it? I appreciate the offer, but I'm going to have to ask you to stand back." A ripple of confused chittering ran through the Dominion ranks. Stand back? The audacity was almost admirable. Vex Thule's thermal sensors detected no additional heat signatures in the research station. No hidden weapons, no reinforcements. Just one human female barely reaching the shoulder height of a Dominion warrior, telling an entire fleet to stand back. "Dr. Chen," Vex Thule said, his voice carrying across the desert air, "you seem to misunderstand your situation. We are not requesting your surrender. We are demanding it." "And you seem to misunderstand mine," came the reply. "I've spent the last 18 months studying these crystals, General. Did you know they're not just energy storage devices?" Vex Thule's compound, eyes narrowed. The Dominion's own scientists had confirmed the crystals were pure quantum batteries, incredibly valuable, but nothing more. "Explain." "They're alive, General, or something close to it. They respond to electromagnetic fields, to thought patterns, to intent, and right now they're very, very angry about uninvited guests." The general's aide leaned closer. "Sir, our geological surveys showed no signs of—" "Your geological surveys," Dr. Chen interrupted, apparently monitoring their communications, "were designed to detect mineral deposits, not neural networks. These crystals have been sleeping for about 50,000 years, until my research team started poking around with quantum resonance scanners." A low thrumming began to emanate from beneath the desert floor. Vex Thule felt it through the legs of his command walker, a vibration that seemed to bypass his auditory organs and speak directly to his nervous system. "You see," Dr. Chen continued conversationally, "I've been having quite lengthy conversations with our crystalline friends here. Turns out they're not too fond of species that show up uninvited and start making demands. They're particularly irritated by beings who threaten the small, warm ones who ask permission." The thrumming grew stronger. Several Dominion warriors began to shift nervously, their weapons suddenly feeling inadequate against an enemy they couldn't see. "This is preposterous," Vex Thule snarled. "Rocks cannot think. Rocks cannot—" The desert exploded. Crystalline spires erupted from the sand like the fingers of a buried giant, each one singing with harmonic frequencies that made Dominion audio receptors bleed. The nearest assault craft was lifted into the air by a pillar of pure energy, its hull cracking like an egg before being gently set down a kilometer away. Vex Thule watched in horrified fascination as his supposedly unstoppable war machines were systematically dismantled by what appeared to be the planet itself. Weapons systems failed as crystals grew through their circuitry. Shields collapsed as resonance frequencies found their exact weakness. Not destroyed, disabled. The crystals weren't trying to kill them. They were simply removing their ability to cause harm. The fascinating thing, Dr. Chen's voice continued over the chaos, is that they can distinguish between aggressive and peaceful intent. My research team? We asked nicely, shared our knowledge, tried to understand. You? Well, you showed up with guns and ultimatums. A massive crystal formation rose directly in front of Vexthul's command walker, its surface pulsing with inner light. Within its translucent depths, he could see what looked like neural pathways, or perhaps circuit boards, or perhaps something that transcended both organic and technological categories entirely. The crystal spoke, its voice a harmony of frequencies that bypassed the translator entirely and delivered meaning directly to Vexthul's mind. The small warm one spoke truth. You will leave. Now. Vexthul found himself backing away from the formation, every instinct screaming at him to run. Around him, his mighty fleet was being systematically neutered by an enemy that had been sleeping beneath their feet the entire time. How? He managed to ask. Dr. Chen's laugh carried across the crystalline forest that had sprouted around the research station. That's the thing about humans, General. We tend to make friends before we make enemies. We ask questions before we make demands. And sometimes, just sometimes, that makes all the difference. The crystal network pulsed once more, and Vexthul felt his consciousness touched by something vast and ancient and utterly alien. In that moment, he understood that humanity had not conquered this world through superior technology or numbers. They had done something far more dangerous. They had earned its trust. As the Dominion fleet limped back to their ships, weapons useless and pride shattered, Dr. Chen's final words followed them. Next time, General, try knocking first. The twin suns of Kepler 442b sat behind a forest of singing crystals, and somewhere, in the cosmos, another species learned why humanity's greatest weapon had never been their technology. It had always been their curiosity.